To the position of Regional Vice President took just over 3 years. His journey can be summed up in one word: persistence. As one of 9 children, his goal has always been to give back to his parents. During the hardest of times, he never lost sight of his goal. His persistence has helped him overcome obstacles in both his business and personal life. His organization has grown to include thousands of customers and representatives, but more importantly, he's grown as a person. And today, because of his persistence, we have the pleasure of promoting to the position of Regional Vice President, Mr. Damien Feuerborn.
How's everybody doing? Guys, my name is Damien Feuerborn, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm so incredibly lucky to be here. I love this company, and for those of you that don't know me, you would understand I have some of the best mentors on the planet that helped me get from where I was at to where I'm at today. And I've been taken care of, and I want you guys to kind of understand, and I think this isn't a personal victory as much as a celebration of possibility for everybody in the arena right now. To come from nothing in a family with 2 parents that work so hard. I have 9 brothers and sisters growing up, right? Same parents still together, incredible people. And you guys can understand, with 10 kids, there was never a lot of money in the house, but there was always love, and we always felt safe, and we always knew that we'd get by, and everybody in my family, my entire life, always pulled together. And I want to take you back to how this story started, guys. Right? There was 5 kids in a backyard in Upland, California, who happened to meet a man named Mr. Tim Hurt. Two 18-year-olds, 2 19-year-olds, and myself, and no experience in the business whatsoever. This gentleman was not a Circle of Champions member when I met him, but I can tell you this, guys. None of us really possibly believed that anything like this could ever happen for us. Right? We said we'd do it, we got excited, but we didn't truly believe inside it could happen. Right? We had the big dreams. We always had a joke when we were growing up, and when all of us were growing up in the business. And what we said is that we're going to have the Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and we're going to drive around town like a pack of Skittles. Red, blue, green, yellow, the whole deal, guys. And went from there, guys, to a big learning experience and happened to grow up in the business and understand that this business really is a personal growth mission. And to understand that what got me to the point in my life and where I was at would not get me to where I wanted to go and who I wanted to be. And I started to understand other things and look at life a different way. Started to understand by following the leadership of the company. Something beautiful that the co-founders believe. I believe that people, right? I believe we are what we dream about. I really do believe that. I think so often my life was governed by the fear that was handed down from family members from generation to generation and generation. And a lot of times we never even knew what we were scared about. Here's what it was: to be scared to fail, to be scared to mess up. And I really learned a lesson that life, this business, love, family, everything's just about a process. And there's going to be the ups and there's going to be the downs, and they're always going to be there. George Zellick, he says it beautifully. He says that's the rub. That's what makes you who you are in your life. And Jim Rohn says it beautifully. He says, talks about character. He says it comes from the Latin word to chisel. He says every stroke of the chisel is the obstacles in your life. And it might be painful as you're shaving that wood away, but when you look at it in the end, guys, every single one of those strokes are what made the finished sculpture beautiful, made you who you are, made you who you want to be, and gave you the possibility to pass that on to other people. This truly isn't about any one of us. My team knows how much I love them. And I know this, guys, none of us are perfect. But I know this, we learn to stick together. We're taking care of for some of the greatest people on the planet. Mr. Pat Johnson literally taught me how to think in a very tough time in my life. He's a mentor that I'll never be able to forget. One of the greatest people that I've ever met. And I want to tell you a little quotation. Winston Churchill has a quote, and one of my favorite songs was made off it. And it says this, guys. It says, if you're going through hell, keep on going. You have to face that fire. You have to run right through it. You might get out before the devil even knows you're there. It follows it up with the promise that God gives us with this verse. It says the good news is there's angels everywhere out on the street. They're holding out a hand to help you back up on your feet. They're the ones that you've been dragging for so long you're on your knees, you might as well be praying. Mr. and Mrs. Jerry Valla. I love you for sticking with me when I made mistakes. Did things that maybe I wasn't proud of. Maybe it was a person that I knew I wasn't inside, but I knew I just needed help to get through and be able to believe in myself. There's a bridge that's done it for every single one of us, guys. And if you could understand possibly the amount of love that our organization and what we have for the man that puts his life on the line at the time and place that he is. He's one of the greatest mentors. I want to thank the co-founders for doing everything that they've done for us. I can't possibly imagine the hardship of building a company like this and what they had to go through. Thank you all very much. God bless. And I love this company. I love all of you.